Hi teachers, welcome to our weekly videos. You know, one of the things that I found in my classroom is that as I began to teach really good skills to my students, some of them took off. They were incredible writers, and there was nothing more satisfying than reading something that one of those advanced writers had written. But here's what happened. I had no idea what to do next. I wasn't quite sure how to challenge those really good writers. And I'm talking about the writers who are wordsmiths, who know how to put beautiful sentences together, things that I couldn't even do myself. And when you come across students like that, oftentimes it's a challenge to us as the teacher. So here's what I found. There's a couple of things that I realized that my really good writers did sort of over and over again and kind of hung on to. And here are some ways that I learned how to challenge them. First of all, most of my students, and I'm talking about narrative writing here, most of my students would write in the I voice. So all of their stories included I. Typically, not only was it about themselves, but it was also in the past tense, things that had happened to them. So there are two things that I would challenge these students to do. The first was to remove the I voice and actually write a story in a third-person voice, meaning choose a character, get into the head of that character and become that character, so that that I came out of the piece of writing and they became the character instead. So that was the first tip. The second tip was to write in the present tense. So instead of saying, I went to the park, I walk to the park, is a much more difficult strategy for those students to choose. So get them out of their own head, out of their I voice, and then include present tense. Have the writing take place here and now. Hard things. Try it yourself. The third thing that I learned was that voice in writing is very difficult to teach as well. And what I'm talking about is this. If you've read the books by Barbara Parks, she writes all of those Junie B. Jones books. They're so hysterical, right? You read those, and if you really think about what that author was able to do, she was able to get into the head of that 5-year-old Junie B. Jones. Everything that character said, did, or experienced was from the lens of the voice of the 5-year-old. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know about you, but I struggle with that a little bit. And so did my really good writers, but I challenged them. Some of them were really terrific at that challenge, and some of them struggled along the way, which isn't a bad thing for my really advanced writers. If you like some of these tips right here, I'm going to give you a link down below. Click on it, and there'll be some lessons to support your advanced writers.